Hello, welcome to a morning review on Wednesday the 21st of January. This is Kim Watson speaking. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and pretty much yesterday we were almost an inside day. Range very tight, not moving too far at the moment. Well, we've got a couple of areas to watch for really. If we were to break the highs here, I'll probably have to redraw that a little bit, but it's sort of almost done it there. If it can get a sustained break of those highs there, maybe it'll push higher. I get the feeling that we just may end up another sort of choppy day today, with little in the way of news coming out to affect the eurozone until really, well, we've got let me see, nothing at all really to affect the eurozone as such. So it is a very quiet day on the Eastern Front here, or Western Front. So really we're down to pure technicals, and it's sort of waiting for tomorrow's data and news. So it could be yet another day where we don't see too much happening. Alternatively, well, at last we might see a break of these lows. We might be, as I've already drawn on there, there's the trend line across the highs here, across there. Oops, badly drawn. Pop it in the right place there, which has just been sort of breached there. I prefer, if anything, to be going with the downside personally, although if it does start rallying, well, we're in a very tight pinched area here, so it makes it quite difficult in terms of the possibilities sometimes. Though I think the markets, as I say, may just chop, break out a little bit, maybe run up to a bit of resistance, pull back within range, pretty much as we saw yesterday. So I'm not expecting major things to the euro. Although it does break these lows here, I'd rather be on the short side, pushing towards yesterday's lows, late lows, rather than being on the long side, personally at the moment. Tomorrow may be a different story. Okay, looking at the pound dollar. And yesterday we had a pretty good rally throughout the day. Eventually it just pushed up most of the day, but it's put this sort of really odd spinning top side bar in yesterday. We've seen a bit of continuation so far, but it's not looking the most convincing. Really, if we're going to see something, we need to see a break of this high here. I'd mentioned the lower highs, lower lows, and the potential for a bit of a push because we had the daily pivot above us, but I mean it continued well beyond that daily pivot. From where we are at the moment, if we break this high here, well then it's really has broken. I mean it's already broken out of the downward trend that was sitting there. It could continue back towards the 4-hourly 50 there. If it can't manage and starts breaking the lows here, well then it's going to be probably weaker and maybe again stay in range. But we do have news out for the UK this morning. We've got the jobs report and the minutes of the last MPC bank meeting, so the bank minutes. So that will give some volatility later on, no doubt. At the moment I've just drawn this trend line on the lows here. I could also draw one across the top here, and we could be looking for the breaks of the highs there and looking for the longs on that side if it does push up beyond that level. Let's just pop that on there if we can. Easier said than done sometimes. Anyway, you can see the trend line. So looking for the break of the highs there, maybe look to push to the upside. We've done sort of almost a key reversal day in a sense, but never managed to hold on to, well, it managed to hold on to the body and break the body, so almost there. Oops, so stay with here. So as I say, there's a daily pivot below us. It has been touched on some brokers, so that may not be the best of targets here. It hasn't been touched on the broker I'm looking at here, being air kissed. All those, so that actually, well, with the lows that we saw in that Asian session, we do see a break of that trend line would be a natural target. Beyond that, we're really looking at the prior lows there. Okay, that's the pound. Let's have a look at the dollar yen. So looking at dollar yen, we've got yesterday it pushed up pretty strongly most of the day there in the end, and it's rolled over this morning, bang into the 4-hourly 100 at the moment. Well, it's not the easiest one here to read in some respects. It's looking like a break of that rather steep trend line may see us pushing back up. Hasn't got any obvious targets there to run back towards. I believe it's already hit the monthly pivot. It has, so that's not even an obvious target. But if it does start running and breaking through, maybe it's easier on the long side to be rather than the short side at the moment. So I might look at a position on the break of that, providing we get some momentum come with it. But it needs momentum and needs to, so I won't be early into that move. I'll be looking for, as I say, a confirmed move to the upside if it starts moving, and I'll join in at that point. At the moment though, looking relatively, dollar's looking weak against the yen here. It may even push down towards that S2 area. Okay, finally Aussie dollar. Again, very choppy. We've not really seen much coming out of range here. It's making it quite tricky. This last 4-hourly last 4-hourly candle has given us a key reversal bar, which would suggest continuation. It has just broken that sort of trend line slightly there. However, it's not necessarily the most convincing. It could push up a bit further. Just see. I mean, it's already broken through all the trend lines here. So yeah. So it's not done too much over the last few days. It's making it very difficult. If it can get some legs and the momentum's positive, I'll go with the positive side. At the moment, I'm with the way it's chopped. I'm not. I'll only go long if we get, as I say, pretty much like the yen. If we get the, if we can continue with some decent momentum, I'll look for the long side. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here on my hands for a while there until it sorts itself out. It's not a currency I've been wanting to trade over the last couple of days. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.